Hi students. First of all, I would like to welcome you all for the second semester. In second semester, I am teaching you paper M1 2.1, that is algebra 2. In that, first topic is abstract algebra. To study abstract algebra, we should know some of the standard systems. Okay, some of the standard systems are n is a set of natural numbers, q set of rational numbers, r real numbers, z is set of integers, z plus is set of positive integers, z minus is set of negative integers, q naught is set of non-zero rationals, r naught set of non-zero reals, c is complex numbers, c naught is set of non-zero complex numbers. Okay, first one, binary composition or binary operation. Okay, let S be an non-empty set. Then consider the cross product S cross S, that is set of ordered pairs A comma B such that A and B are elements of S. Then the function f maps from S cross S to S is called a binary operation on the set S. Okay, usually addition, multiplication, star, dot, etc. are used to represent binary operation between any two elements. For example, if a and b are any two elements of set of natural numbers, then a star b can be defined as a plus b. It is a binary operation on n. If you take any two elements of n, suppose 2 and 3, then 2 star 3 is 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is also element of set of natural numbers. Binary operation nothing but if you take any two elements in set n, then their addition, that is a plus b, is also in the set n. That is nothing but binary operation or binary composition. Next, group. A non-empty set G with a composition star is said to be a group if it satisfies the following axioms. Here G is a non-empty set. Here operation binary composition is star. It is said to be a group if the following axioms hold. First one, closure law, closure property. If A and B are any two elements of G, then A star B is also in G. That is closure property. Associative law. Suppose A, B, C are the elements of G, then A star of B star C equals A star B star C. Identity law. For every A belongs to G such that there exists E such that A star E equals E star A equals A, where E is called identity element of G. If this condition holds good, then identity element is there, identity element exists. Inverse law. For every A belongs to G, A star A inverse equals A inverse star A equals E. Then A inverse is the inverse of A in G. Okay, if all these axioms are satisfied, then G star is called a group. The group is denoted by an ordered pair G, star. Here G is a non-empty set, star is a binary operation or binary composition. Some examples of standard groups. Z plus, Z is group under addition. Q plus, set of rationals is group under addition. R plus, set of reals is also a group under addition. C plus is also a group under addition. Second example, Z equals set of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 under addition mod 6 is a group. Third one, non-zero rational numbers, non-zero real number, non-zero complex numbers are groups with respect to multiplication. Next one, abelian group. A group G star is said to be an abelian group if the binary operation star is commutative. That is, if A and B are any two elements of G, then G is said to be abelian group if A star B equals B star A. If the operation is addition, then it should satisfy a plus b equals b plus a. If the operation is multiplication, then it should satisfy ab equals ba. Then only G is called abelian group. Examples: Z plus and C plus are abelian groups. Second example, fourth roots of unity is abelian group with respect to multiplication. Fourth roots of unity, the elements are plus or minus 1 plus or minus I. This is also abelian group under multiplication. Next one, finite group. If the group containing finite number of elements, then it is called finite group. For example, square roots of unity, cube roots of unity are finite groups. Infinite group. If the group is not finite, if there is no finite number of elements, then it is called infinite group. For infinite group, we have so many examples. For example, set of 2 cross 2 matrices with respect to addition is infinite group. Set of even integers with respect to addition is infinite group. Set of natural numbers with respect to addition is infinite group. Set of real numbers with respect to addition is infinite group. Okay. Order of a group. Next heading, order of a group. Order nothing but the number of elements in a group is known as order of a group. The number of elements in a group is known as order of group. Some of the standard properties of a group. First one, the identity element in a group is unique. This is one of the important property of a group. If the identity element exists, then it is unique. There is no two identity elements in a group. Okay, the identity element in a group is unique. Second one, the inverse of an element in a group is also unique. Identity element is unique. Inverse of an element in a group is unique. Third property, for every A belongs to G, A inverse of inverse equals A, or minus of minus A equals A. Fourth one, for every A and B belongs to G, AB whole inverse equals B inverse into A inverse. Fifth one, for every A, B and XY are the elements of G, the equations AX equals B and AY equals B have unique solutions. Cancellation laws are valid. Suppose A star B equals A star C. A and A cancelled by using left cancellation law implies B equals C. B star A equals C star A. By using right cancellation law, A cancel B. This implies B equals C. Next concept, subgroup. What is the meaning of subgroup? A subset H, a non-empty subset H of group G star is said to be a subgroup if H itself is a group under the same binary operation. Here H is a non-empty set, G star is a group, G is a non-empty set, star is a binary operation. First condition is H should be a subset of G. H is a subset of G and H itself a group under the same operation of G. If the operation is addition, G plus, then H is group under addition. H plus is also a group. Then we can say H is a subgroup of G. Example, if H equals 1, minus 1 is subgroup of G equals 1 minus 1 I minus I. Under multiplication. Second example, set of even integers is a subgroup of integers under addition. Next, necessary and sufficient condition for a subgroup. First one, a non-empty set H of a group G is a subgroup of G. A non-empty set H is a non-empty set of a group G. H is said to be a subgroup of G if and only if for every AB belongs to H, implies A into B belongs to H. for every AB belongs to H implies A inverse belongs to H. If these two conditions holds good, then we can say H is subgroup of G. One more condition is there. Second one, a non-empty subset H of a group G is a subgroup of G if for every A and B are the elements of H implies A into B inverse belongs to H. Okay, some standard properties of subgroups. First one, intersection of two subgroups is a subgroup. If you take intersection of any two groups, that is also a subgroup. But union of two subgroups need not be a subgroup. Union of two subgroups need not be a subgroup. Definition: let H and K be any two subsets of a group G star. H and K are any two subsets of a group G star. The product of H and K is denoted by HK. It is also a subset of G and it is defined as set of HK small h small k such that A is the element of H. H is the small h is the element of capital H and K small k is the element from capital K. If this condition holds good, then this is called product of H and K. Let H be a subset of a group G, then H inverse is defined as H inverse equals set of A inverse such that A is element of H. Let H be a subset of a group G, the set H inverse equals A inverse. A is the element of H, that is the set H inverse is the set of all inverses of the elements of H.